For most of those who wanted to leave their country, this would be their last chance.
It's April 1975. Saigon has fallen. The Vietnam War is coming to a chaotic end. Millions in South Vietnam are looking for a way out as communist forces from the north close in.
Some Americans who pushed towards the bus tried to pull their Vietnamese wives and children along with them.
Soon Haggerty's family is among those knowing they'd eventually need to get out of the country.
My dad fought for the South Vietnamese, and after many years of fighting, communism won and took over. And so what happens when you're on the losing side of something so big is you really have to assimilate to the north. And you have to become a communist, or you would be entered into what they would call a re-education camp. And as you can imagine, there's no education happening. They really force the ideology on you.
In another part of the country, Philip Wen, orphaned before the end of the war, sees communism taking hold. He was forced to relocate to a so-called new economic zone in 1977.
I went there, lived with my aunt for about 2 years, and in those 2 years, I never seen so many people died of starvation and sickness. Because if you ask any U.S. Marine, they go to the Kherson, they don't afraid of bullet, they're afraid of mosquito. After that 2 years there, I went home, go back to my fishing village, and I finally got a chance to get out.
The only feasible way out of the country was often on small, rickety fishing boats. Anyone who got on faced a journey filled with incredible danger and immense unknowns.
I look back to my village, and the boat slowly moving. I see my village kind of on my eyes, you know, and that's the last little green thing that's like those palm tree by the beach, and I said, man, this is the last time. This is the last time I see my home. Think of your boat as a little spoon, right? And then the wave is like a bowl, and we catch on that wave, and we ride for hours. And I remember the guy go like, pray to Jesus, pray to Buddha, pray to your ancestor. Everyone prayed. I remember, I said, fuck it, sink and died. I don't want to do this no more.
My sister tells me a very vivid story of the reason why we took a long time to get to another island is because we left with 2 boats. We were on one boat, and then there was another boat that left at the same time. And what happened is our captain saw that boat get attacked by pirates because it was a little bit in advance of us. So he took a bit of a different route to get us to safety.
Those lucky enough to survive the journey, like Philip and Soon, made it to islands outside Vietnam before continuing on to refugee camps.
Each family had their own little corner. Imagine it's like a big dome, and you had like cement floors, but you had like a little area, and you'd get a little stove where you can cook stuff for your families.
That's where they waited for months or sometimes years for sponsors to bring them to the ultimate destination, the United States and freedom.
But when I was in Hong Kong, one part of it is my cousin who lived in America already. They live in New Jersey. He sent me a newsletter. He go like, don't go anywhere else. You waited long enough, you will go to America. So I bang on it.
I think until you don't have anything, you don't realize how important basic things are. You know, freedom, a sense of security, a future that you can define. I think until you feel like those things are stripped away, that you realize how important they are. There's a lot of people living in communism. There's a lot of people living in oppression. And so we were the lucky ones.